this morning we're cooking from the garden with a new cookbook that hopes we'll grow a little more of our own food. Willi Galloway is the author of Grow, Cook, Eat, a food lover's guide to vegetable gardening, and Willi joins me now. Thank you for being here.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, I love vegetables. It's just like any veggie I absolutely am obsessed with. So what are we making today?
So today we're gonna make a tartine, which is just like a fancy way to say open-faced sandwich.
Okay.
So it has Gruyere cheese, radish, herbs, and then the thing that makes it a little bit different is we're gonna use the radish greens.
Which I didn't know you could, I guess, is that normal that a lot of people don't know that you can eat the greens, or is that just
Yeah, I think most times people just toss the greens into their compost, but actually they're super tasty. They're best cooked. They're a little bit, if you kind of feel, they're a little bit, I don't know, Velcro-y. They have like a little bit of,
that texture.
They're a little bit rough, and so they're not great fresh, but they're delicious cooked, and they're full of nutrients. So you definitely shouldn't be putting them into the compost.
Okay, eat it, saute it. What can I do to help? How are we getting started?
Yeah, so to start for the tartine, you're gonna put 3 tablespoons of butter into a bowl.
Okay.
And you can,
we're just
smush it in there.
Boom.
And then this is some Gruyere cheese. So it's a nice melty cheese. I like it because it has a bit of a nutty flavor.
Yum.
That pairs up nicely with the radish roots, but you could use Beecher's Flagship, you could use white cheddar, any kind of melty cheese you have. So you're just gonna just kind of
a little of this motion.
Yeah, you just want to smush all of the butter as evenly as possible into the cheese, because what we're going to do is spread it onto some toast and stick it into the oven so that it gets nice and bubbly.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a fancy grilled cheese.
I mean, sold. Any grilled cheese, yum, 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 yum. Okay.
Yeah. And then the thing about a tartine that's nice is you can put radishes in here, but if you had herbs in your garden, you can really put any herbs in. We're going to put some finely chopped radish. So this is the root that's been chopped up really nicely. You can also put chives, which have, an oniony flavor, but it's not overpowering.
Right.
And then also we've got some parsley.
Delicious. Okay, when I feel like that looks kind of mixed.
Yeah, when that looks kind of mixed, then go ahead and put a ½ teaspoon of Dijon mustard.
Ooh.
And it doesn't have to be exact. You can just kind of plop it in. Yeah.
Perfect.
Do that, and then a few good grinds of pepper.
Okay.
And while you're doing that, I'm gonna just turn on the stove here for a sec, because we're gonna wanna.
And is that like low heat that you would saute? Or
kind of like medium high.
Medium high. Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm just gonna put. You don't need too much oil. Just like about a teaspoon or 2 in there. Let it heat up a little bit, and then. So if you've got a bunch of radishes that you got at the grocery store, you can tear. You can just kind of twist them off the root. Yeah. But you really want to wash them. They're so low growing. They're really dirty.
Okay, so really make sure you're soaking.
Yeah, otherwise you'll have like a sandy, sort of gritty bite. So
you'll really be tasting the earth there. Okay.
Yeah, so wash them well, and then you need like spinach, they really wilt down. So you need a little bit, like kind of a lot of greens for even 2 or 3 toasts. So if you don't have enough radish, you can use any other green. You can use spinach, arugula, collard greens.
Just mix it all together.
Yeah, power greens from Costco, like whatever. Just mix it all together and stick it in the pan. So we've got the oil. It's heating up.
Okay, and then we throw all that in.
Yeah, and a good way to use less oil is to actually wash your greens, and then you don't have to spin them dry, just have them be a little bit wet. And so when they hit the hot pan, the steam from the water helps them cook down quickly.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I always just have a little bit of...
Yes, I love hearing that sizzle.
And then just kind of toss them.
And about how long? Or are you looking more at like the look of it to know when it's done?
Yeah, so it takes about 2 minutes, but you want them to wilt, but still have some body, not just be like completely flat and wilted. I like them to still have like a little bit of oomph in the leaf, because it looks prettier when you pile it up onto the toast. And so you can just kind of get them. They're starting to wilt here.
Yeah. Am I supposed to be adding more in here too?
Right, sorry.
So radishes go in here, what else?
Yeah, you're gonna just stir in the radishes. Okay. And then we've got
I don't want to let you down. I got to do my job over here.
Job here. Chives and some parsley, and you can use the spatula just to mix that all in.
I can.
Yeah, and so then see how these are They're wilted, but you can still like
That's
tell
fast.
that they're a leaf.
Yes.
That's about the stage you want to do, and you can just set those aside.
Okay, and then we've mixed this all in.
Yeah, you mix that all in, and then I've got some bread here. So these are 2 nice different sourdoughs from Makuna Bakery.
Yum.
So they, this one's whole wheat, this one's white, and you can just use that big spoon, and we're just gonna pile it onto the toast and kind of smush it.
Easy.
Yeah,
and
it's super easy.
It like looks so fancy with everything in here, but
Yeah.
it's easy enough. If I can do it, anyone can do it, okay?
So I think, these are a big piece of toast, so this is nice. It's a great side with soup.
Ooh,
So,
yes.
because you've got some greens on top, it feels a little decadent because there's butter and melty cheese, but there are some vegetables, so it's nice on soup. But it also can be a really cute appetizer if instead of using bigger slices of bread, you use baguette.
Oh, such a good idea. Okay, so this goes in the oven then for how long?
So you're gonna stick it in the oven at 375. It'll get the butter will sort of melt through the holes in the bread, and it'll start to get toasty on the bottom. And you want to look for when it's bubbling and turning brown. So it's about 12 to 15 minutes, depending on your oven, if it's on convection or not.
Okay.
Yeah. So
and we have some finished ones,
Yes.
right? So we can see what the power of TD.
Yeah. Okay. So. So you can see it's okay. You don't have to be precious about only making sure that the cheese mixture is on the bread, because if it falls off the side, then you get those nice, tasty
Yeah, the crispy little
bits.
edges.
Yeah, so you have the crispy edges, and then you're just gonna pile on,
Yum.
ideally on a plate, but
Hey, it's okay. I'm still diving in to taste test.
So you just pile some greens on top. You can put, if you have them, a little bit of extra prettiness, some salt if you want, and then you take a bite. It's super tasty.
Ta-da. So while I'm diving in, tell me about the concept of the cookbook too.
Yeah, so Grow, Cook, Eat is mostly a gardening book. There's 50 different growing guides, and they're really focused on flavor, because I figure if you're taking the time and the effort to grow food, it's really because you want to eat it. So the guides have variety recommendations for really interesting, beautiful varieties. So radishes that are pink and purple and white or cylindrical are recommended in here. And then with each guide, I talk about all the different edible parts of the plant, the different stages of harvest, and I gave a lot of cooking tips because I didn't want to just say, oh, eat your radish greens, period, and people are like, no thanks, So there's cooking tips, and then there's a full recipe for each guide.
So amazing. This is absolutely fantastic. I would just, who needs soup? I just want, this is my lunch. Thank you for being here and showing us how to make this.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. It was fun.
Yay. And if you'd like to learn more from Willi, she's hosting a big seed swap and book signing event at the Filson flagship store down here in Soto on Saturday, March 22nd.
The New Day Northwest Kitchen is brought to you by Safeway.